Hello everyone. Here we are committed today to understand the course extension of geography. Means what are the topics, what are the units within the geography, and how many topics should be covered within those units. Basically, according to me, the geography can be divided into three segments, three parts. One is physical geography, second Indian geography, and third is world regional geography. Physical geography is the core part of the syllabus. Core part of the syllabus, and this concept is applied. This concept is applied to the Indian portion, Indian segments, as well as the world regional segments. Suppose we are going to study within this particular syllabus physical geography, as well as Indian geography and world geography, right? The world geography is the core portion of the syllabus. Physical geography is the what? Core portion of the syllabus. Why? Because it is the applied part. When we study the concepts of the geography, we apply those all on Indian segments as well as the world segments. The physical geography, which covers around 60 to 65% syllabus of the geography, or our syllabus 60 to 65%, consists of 4 units. One is the geomorphology, second climatology, third oceanography, and fourth as the biogeography. Within geography GS syllabus, we will study geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, but we exclude biogeography as it is independent part in preliminary as well as mains examinations in form of ecology, environment, biodiversity, and disaster management, right? So those are the separate topics, so need to give special focus, need to give specific focus, because there is a huge role of the environment ecology in the preliminary examinations as well as biodiversity, disaster management in the mains separately in paper third, right? So here in physical geography need to study only these 3 units. The first unit, geomorphology. Geomorphology consists of 7 topics around. One is the internal structure of Earth, second continental drift theory, third plate tectonics, earthquake and tsunami, volcanic eruption, rocks, and the topography. These are the 7 units within the geomorphology. According to me, not according to any other scholar, internal structure of Earth can be considered as the heart of geomorphology, as it provides the most fundamental understanding of geomorphology. Without knowing the internal condition of Earth, we cannot understand plate tectonics. We cannot know the causes of occurrence of the earthquakes or tsunamis. We cannot understand the formation of various landforms like mountains, plateaus, plains, deeps and trenches within the oceans, voids, etc. And we cannot understand also the occurrence of a variety of the geological phenomena like earthquake, volcanic eruptions, tsunami, and landslides. So it becomes the most important portion within the geomorphology. Within the lectures, during the lectures, I take around 3 to 4 hours to complete, at least 3 to 4 hours to complete internal structure of Earth. Internal structure of Earth takes around 3 to 4 hours. The second topic, this is the continental drift theory, was propounded by Alfred Wegener to explain the movement of the continents under influence of gravitational pull of sun and moon. So this topic also takes around 2 to 3 hours to complete, and one of the questions asked by UPSC in 2013 based upon continental drift theory is what do you understand by the theory of continental drift? What do you understand by the theory of continental drift? Give prominent evidence and its support. It was the question of 100 words in 5 marks during 2013 mains examination, when UPSC started to conduct 4 GS papers. The third topic would be plate tectonics. According to plate tectonic theory, there is presence of the continents as well as ocean bottom. The shortcomings of the continental drift theory, which was given by Alfred Wegener, was removed by plate tectonic through various scholars like Paschen, Mackenzie, Mackinder, etc. So this theory having the capability to prove, justify the formation of various kinds of landforms on the continents as well as in ocean bottom, and having capability, potentiality even to prove the occurrence of the geological phenomena like earthquake, volcanic eruptions, tsunami and landslides, etc. The next topic would be the earthquake, which is an outcome of internal or external forces. Internal or external forces, and the tsunami is an outcome of earthquake in deep ocean. If earthquake of high intensity occurs, high magnitude occurs in the oceans, in the deep oceans, then there will take place origin of the tsunami waves. The next topic related to volcanic eruption, it is upwelling of the hot molten material due to internal forces. Upwelling of the hot molten material depositing either on surface or below the surface converts at the what? Volcanic eruption is actually if they are taking place upwelling of magma, a releasing of the magma from the interior of the earth. The next is the rocks. Within rocks, there are 3 types of rocks like igneous, metamorphic and the sedimentary, and these rocks forms under different mechanism, right? If we talk about the igneous rocks form through the cooling and solidification of lava, and if we talk about the metamorphic rocks form through intense pressure and high degree of temperature. Sedimentary rocks form through under effect of exogenetic forces that is related to the weathering, erosion, deposition and denudation. The next one is topography. Whatever the structures forming in form of erosional structures or the depositional under effect of external forces, that is called as topography. That is called as topography. The next unit is related to climatology. This is very important. This is very important unit. Again, very important because it is going to explain the world climatic phenomena. Why the world climatic phenomena are of the different kind. Points to be covered within the climatology are definition of atmosphere, its composition and classification. What is the definition of atmosphere according to you? Definition of atmosphere is mixture of solid, liquid and gaseous molecules extending up to 1000 kilometers from the surface of Earth. It is extending over the continent as well as ocean, and have been divided into 5 layers on the basis of different mechanism taking place at different altitudes in the atmosphere. Those are as stratosphere, troposphere is the lowest one, then the stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere and the exosphere. These layers have been classified on the basis of different mechanism at different layers. If we talk about the lowest layer, that is the troposphere, in this layer there takes place declining the temperature with increasing altitude by 6.5 degrees Celsius per kilometer. And we talk about the stratosphere, in this region there is taking place rising of the temperature with height. In troposphere, every kind of weather phenomena occur. That can be the formation of clouds, rainfall, precipitations, hails, cyclones, etc. Every kind of weather phenomena are associated with the lowest layer of the atmosphere, and this is the most significant to understand for the climatological concepts. The next is the definition of the troposphere and associated aspects. What is troposphere? The troposphere is that part of the atmosphere experiencing air circulation due to heating process, and the altitude of air circulation decreases from equator towards pole. That's why height of the troposphere also decreases from equator towards pole. At equator, the highest altitude, that is around 16 kilometer, and along the pole or on the poles the height becomes 8 kilometers. The next is the solar radiation and the solar insolation. Solar radiation is that part of the energy which is emitted from the surface of the sun. Emitted from the surface of the sun, reaching to different part of the solar system or the universe. And what is the solar insolation? The energy reaching to the surface of earth, of sun, with the different angles, it is directly associated with the heating of the earth's surface or the atmosphere. The next point is the distribution of the temperature. We study in two ways temperature distribution. One is the vertical, related to the troposphere. Second is the horizontal, from 0 degree to 90 degree, means equator to pole. Generally, we know the temperature of the troposphere decreases from equator towards pole. Generally, but specifically from 0 to 30-35 degree temperature initially going to increase, then decreases up to 90 degree. Next point within the climatology, this is the normal lapse rate. What is this? When temperature decreases with increasing altitude by 6.5 degrees Celsius because of the rarefication of the atmosphere. Because of the rarefication of the atmosphere or decreasing the air density with altitude in troposphere, that is called normal lapse rate. Means if with height temperature increases, temperature decreases, then it is called normal lapse rate. Then it is called normal lapse rate. The next is the temperature inversion. What is temperature inversion? It is just opposite to the normal lapse rate. If temperature decreases with increasing altitude, then it is called as normal lapse rate. The rate of the increasing temperature of the troposphere cannot be defined, because depending upon the surface features, up to what level the surface has been cooled. Temperature inversion, then the heat budget and heat island. What is heat budget? Sum total of receipt and release of the heat energy from sun as well as the earth, that is called heat budget of the atmospheric heat budget. Here we have concern to study the atmospheric heat budget. And what is heat island? Heat islands are related to the large urban habitats of the world due to high population, industrialization, urbanization, deforestation, concrete jungle. The capacity of absorption of short and long wave radiation coming from sun and earth surface respectively increases and results into rising temperature of the large urban habitats compared to the surrounding areas. That's why it is called as heat island. If we consider the examples of Delhi, Mumbai, as well as New York, Richmond, these capital cities of the world or the large cities of the world having high degree of temperature than their surroundings. That is called as heat island. The next is definition of pressure and associated aspects. What is the definition of atmospheric pressure? Force applied on per unit area, that is called pressure according to general science. And the pressure applied by 76 centimeter of mercury is equivalent to the vertical atmospheric pressure on the sea level. We study in different way pressure gradient force, pressure gradient and causes of the changing the pressure conditions, etc. Then wind and wind system, actually pressure gradient leading to cause origin of the wind. What is wind? Movement of air from high pressure to low pressure. Movement of air from high pressure to low pressure is called wind. That is called wind. Wind blows from high pressure to low pressure. And there are various types of the winds like planetary winds, what you know as trade wind, westerly wind and polar winds. The next seasonal winds as the monsoonal wind, diurnal as land and sea breezes. Land and sea breezes, katabatic and anabatic winds or mountainous and valley breezes. The next are the local winds. Local winds consisting of Chinook, Lu, Kalbesaki, mango shower, Fawn, Karaburan, Purga, etc. These are the kind of local winds are warm and cold, dry and moist in nature. Formation of clouds and classification. Clouds form generally under process of heating, evaporation, condensation, and saturation. Clouds are classified on the basis of altitude as low, alto, and high clouds. Again, on the basis of capability of rainfall as cumulus and stratus clouds. On the basis of color and capability of rainfall, there are also various types of clouds what we will discuss during the lecture, during the class. The next is the air masses. What are the air masses? Accumulated form of air in extensive areas due to homogeneous temperature, pressure, humidity, normal lapse rate, temperature inversion associated to air mass. There are 16 air masses in the world. Can be studied only in 5 minutes, but need to apply those all 16 air masses to understand the role of air masses in defining the global weather, climatic, seasonal conditions. The next would be the cyclone. The next topic would be what? Cyclone in the climatology. Cyclones are of two types. One is the tropical and the second temperate cyclone. Tropical cyclones require differential heating and pressure, while the temperate cyclone two contrast nature of air masses. When two contrast nature of air masses develop, then there takes place formation of the temperate cyclones, right? Temperate cyclones form in temperate and polar areas. That's why these are called as extratropical cyclones too, while the tropical cyclones can originate between 0 to 23.5 latitudes except equatorial region, because in equatorial region there is the balanced thermal conditions as well as pressures. You know about the doldrum. The next point we talk about is humidity and associated aspects and the capacity of humidity. There are, according to me, three types of humidity. One is the absolute humidity. Second is the specific humidity. Third, relative humidity. These are the humidities what we will discuss in the lectures, during lectures very deeply. And the next is capacity of humidity. Capacity of humidity is related to retaining power of the water vapor by air. Retaining power of water vapor by air. And what is humidity? Presence of water vapor or amount of water vapor in air, that is called humidity. The next topic, rainfall and their types. Falling of water droplets under effect of earth gravity is called rainfall, and the types are as orographic rainfall, convectional rainfall, and the cyclonic rainfall. These are three types of the rainfalls occurs globally. And precipitation and their types. Water precipitations, every kind of the solid, liquid and gaseous molecules falling on the earth's surface under effect of earth gravity from certain height of the troposphere called as precipitation. These are as rainfall, hails, sleets, not sheets, sleets, snowfall, fog, mist, dew, smog, etc. These are the actually course extension of the climatology. And the next topic is what? Oceanography. Next is the oceanography. Within the oceanography, we study first definition of ocean and its significance, because in 2014 directly question was asked from this particular topic. Ocean bottom relief and oceanic deposits need to be studied because important for the point of view of preliminary as well as main examinations. Oceanic temperature as well as salinity, these are mutually interdependent. If temperature increases, salinity increases too. The next topic would be in oceanography as oceanic currents, then sea waves and the tides and reefs. And the last as corals, coral reefs and coral bleaching. These are the topics within the oceanography. Within Indian geography, we will study the very first topic as a location of India. We must know where the India is located in the world. Secondly, neighboring countries, then Indian states and union territories for the point of view of geographical location in terms of area, their coastal or coastal location or international or interior locations, right? We study in these concerns states and union territories. Then Indian monsoon and climate. Indian monsoon and the climate of India needs around 4 to 5 hours to understand this particular topic. After that, national water divide, rainfall distribution in India as well as in the world, deserts and desertification. And this from this particular topic in this year also, during in the mains examination 2020, there has been asked the question related to the desertification has no limit. The next would be what? Drainage system and drainage pattern. Drainage system and drainage pattern means peninsular and the Himalayan rivers, Himalayan and peninsular rivers, right? Irrigation and multi-purpose projects, soils of India, the process of formation of soil and the impacts, how the agriculture of India is being influenced by soil, and how there is the relation of the soil with climate as well as the crops pattern of India. The next is the agriculture with green revolution first and second. We will study here the agricultural concept of India, how the agriculture is practiced, and the question component related to green revolution first and second, because UPSC is focusing on nowadays on green revolution first and second, because these two concepts going to provide self-reliant in terms of food to Indian people. Indian people, right? The next would be the Indian transport system. In this topic, we will study every kind of transport system. Every kind of transport system. Like railways, roadways, pipeline, sea routes, air routes, hyperloop, etc. These are the transport system in India right now is being continued. The industrial location theory given by Max Weber. From this particular topic, has been also asked a question in 2020 mains examinations, 2014 as well as in 2013, 2014, and 2020. There has been asked the question from industrial location theory. It was given by Max Weber, and Max Weber trying to see how to industries established with the least cost principle. The next would be the what? Malthusian model. Then Marxism, demographic transition theory. After demographic transition theory, we will study the population density of India as well as world. Then concept of optimum under and overpopulation. Concept of optimum under and overpopulation. These would be the topics to be studied under Indian geography. Then the world geography includes actually all the continents of the world with respect to physical and human segments. Means we will study here the mountains, plains, plateaus, rivers, lakes, etc., as well as minerals, industries, and population density, sex ratio, literacy within the what? Human segments. So this is all about the syllabus. According to me, all about the syllabus of the geography asked related to the questions asked by UPSC. All the best, all of you. Thank you. Keep watching.